It's easy to dismiss horror stories as fiction. Ghosts, shadows, whispers in the dark. We tell ourselves they aren't real. But what if I told you some of the most terrifying stories ever told were never meant to scare anyone? They were police reports, hospital records, 911 calls, and first-hand eyewitness accounts. Tonight you're about to hear 9 scary stories that are true. No monsters, no exaggeration, just real people who experienced something they still can't explain. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and listen carefully, because the scariest part of these stories is that they really happened. In 2006, a hotel in Chicago received a phone call from room 428. The guest sounded confused. He told the front desk he was cold, and that someone was standing in his room. Security arrived minutes later. The room was empty. No guest checked in. No luggage. No signs of anyone staying there. When management checked their old records, they discovered something disturbing. Room 428 had been sealed for years. A man had died there from hypothermia after the heating system failed. The phone number used to make the call had been disconnected since 2001. Story 2. The camper who never left in 2014. Rangers at Yosemite National Park noticed a strange pattern. Every morning they found a campsite freshly used. Warm ashes, food wrappers, even footprints. But no camper was ever found. One night, 2 rangers decided to stay nearby. At around 2:17 a.m., they heard breathing behind their tent. Slow, heavy, too close. When they shined their flashlight, they saw a human-shaped figure standing perfectly still. The light flickered, and the figure vanished. That campsite was permanently closed 3 days later. Story 3. The baby monitor recording. A couple in Ohio installed a baby monitor in their newborn's room. One night the monitor activated on its own. They heard a woman's voice whispering, "He's not yours." Police checked the house. No intruders. No neighbors close enough. Later, audio experts analyzed the recording. The voice matched no adult frequency, but was consistent with recordings captured in abandoned hospitals. The parents moved out within a week. The recording stopped immediately. Story 4. The elevator game survivor. A woman in Los Angeles followed a ritual known online as the elevator game. She pressed a specific sequence of floors late at night. On the 5th stop, a woman entered the elevator. She didn't speak. She didn't blink. When the doors opened again, the hallway wasn't part of the building. The lights were dim red. The air felt heavy. Terrified, the woman pressed random buttons until the doors reopened to reality. Security footage later showed something impossible. The elevator doors opened, but no one was inside. Story 5. The emergency call from a dead man in 1997. A 911 dispatcher in Texas received a call from a man reporting a car accident. The caller gave his full name. Police arrived at the crash site. The man had died instantly, 10 minutes before the call was placed. Phone records confirmed the call originated from his cell phone, which was found crushed, with the battery completely destroyed. Story 6. The school that never empties. A closed elementary school in New Jersey became the center of police attention. Every night, motion sensors were triggered. Officers responded dozens of times. They heard footsteps, lockers slamming, children laughing. but the school had been abandoned for 12 years. The final incident occurred when a security guard recorded audio. Clear as day, a child's voice said, "Why did you leave us here?" The school was demolished 6 months later. Story 7. The Mirror Message. A woman in Seattle noticed writing appearing on her bathroom mirror after hot showers. At first, it was random letters, then words. One night, the message read, "I'm still here." She researched the apartment's history. The previous tenant had taken his life in that bathroom. When she moved out, the mirror was replaced. The message never appeared again. Story 8. The Woods That Answer Back in Rural Maine. Hikers reported hearing their names being called deep in the forest. Search and rescue teams confirmed something unsettling. The voices always mimicked someone the hiker trusted. Experts warned people, never answer back. Several missing persons cases remain unsolved in that area. The forest is still open, but locals refuse to enter after dark. Story 9. The security footage nitrogen monoxide. 1 can explain a hospital in Florida reviewed security footage after equipment kept shutting off. At exactly 3:07 a.m., cameras captured a figure walking through locked doors. It had no reflection, no footsteps, no shadow. Patients on that floor reported pressure on their chests during the same hour. The footage was leaked briefly online, then permanently removed. Hospital staff still refer to it as the night shift. Outro. These stories weren't written for entertainment. They weren't meant to be shared. They happened to real people, in real places, just like where you are right now. So the next time you hear something in the dark, or feel like you're not alone, remember, some stories are scary because they're fake, but the ones that are true are far worse.